Okay.
So
So
I was trying to, well, my camera is on, but I don't see myself. I just see my name.
no, yeah, I
So
don't see you either on
yeah,
there.
so anyways, I just wanted, for you to view me because I'm the only person.
You are, I've got you all in the corner here, so I can see you still. So I see your name at least, Grace. So I appreciate that.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, I sure
Okay,
can.
perfect. So I'm just going to kind of walk through a few different things. Again, we're not going to get into a lot of details today, just kind of the basics. So when you come in here, basically there's all sorts of information here, but we're just going to go over the places that we utilize. So basically you've got your dashboard, you've got your transactions button that we're going to come back to. We've got our calendar in here. And so if you look at this, this has like December's, we have our huddles in here. So if you click on this, you can actually go to our Zoom huddles if you don't get them through our Facebook group or the emails or the texts that Jeremy's sending out. So again, this is a really good tool just with all of our information of what's going on at NRG. This has some of my transaction information in here, so it will show like you've got some closings coming up, you've got different things happening. So that definitely comes up on the calendar as well.
Okay.
Um, this relationship button, I kind of skip over because that's just kind of like your contacts that you have in here. And again, you don't have to put all of your contacts in here. We'll kind of walk through that when we go to the transaction process. The
Okay.
next button that we're looking at is the training button. So a lot of people do not know this. This is, it does national training in here. And so if we scroll through here, this has just some general education throughout the whole entire market that you can go and you can watch these videos. But the biggest one that you're going to want to go into is this training room.
Training room.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
And that has Suite Assist training in here. So it basically has all of what you can do with Suite Assist broke down into these trainings. So if anybody has not watched these, I would go back and take a look at these videos. But then also, if you continue to keep scrolling, we have the NRG trainings in here. So
mhm.
we have, some interview videos. We've got top agents throughout the year. But then we also have, videos from Randy in here. And then we have our weekly huddles are all in here. So if you missed a huddle and you want to go back and watch them, that's where these are.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know that either. But I mean, you can go back all the way. Gosh, I'm trying to see. This goes back to August of 2023. And then it continues to keep going current. So if there's ever one that you miss, I have a ton of agents who ask, like, I missed that. And I'm like, well, just go into Suite Assist and you can watch it again. Anytime you can pause it, you can do anything.
Okay.
Hi, Willette. Thank you for joining.
Hi, Jill. Sorry for my tardiness.
Oh, you are perfectly fine. You are all good. No worries. And then the next one we're going to go down to is the marketplace. So in here, if you click into store, this actually has a few different things in here that you can utilize. So they have in here like a radon test if you ever need information on that. Randy has a carpet vinyl flooring guide that he recommends people to. But the biggest one that I always want to show people on here is the yard and business signs. So if you click on that, this is going to bring you up to build a sign. And you can go in and you can create yard signs, directional signs. There's riders, there's, all business cards in here. You can make a lot of different things on here and do it branded to yourself, but you're going to get discounts for doing it through here. So that's one that a lot of people do not know about in Suite Assist. And there should be some more stuff built out in here. I know when Randy puts like his shirts on sale or doing different things like that, you're going to see them in here. The next one that we're going to look at is document signing. I do not use this. You can use this. You can send out documents through here and have people sign it. I'm going to use my transaction desk because I want everything into transaction desk and kept there because it's just a lot easier. But this is an option. The next part is if you're ever looking for a document that you can't find in transaction desk, there's office documents in here that you can go to. So biggest one that I would say I utilize is like this referral form. You can download it. And then what I end up doing is I put it back in my transaction desk and have people fill it out, you know, and send it off for signatures and that things. But these are all download. There's an energy letterhead that you can download. Let's just take, you know, we'll download that quick and I can show you guys. So basically you can take this official energy letterhead, download it, and you can put your own stuff in it. So it's just, again, a resource with all of our forms in here. The integration button, I'm going to say probably not going to get used, but you can add on integrations in here. The ACH payments in here, we are not utilizing at this time. And then there is some continuing education things that do get put in here as well. It just has the CE shop linked in here at this point, but there'll be different CE things as well coming up. So any questions about the tabs that are kind of over here or things that you guys seen that you didn't know about?
Hey, Jill, are the logos in there someplace?
They are, I believe, in office documents and letterhead. Where did I see them? Anne, maybe you can help me with this because I seen them somewhere in here. Do you remember where we have the logos?
I'm not really sure if it's in here.
Maybe
'Cause-
I'm thinking back to Jeremy's new agent email. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Jeremy, is that what I'm thinking of? Is the new agent email has the logos?
That's absolutely right. Yep. It's through
Okay.
it's through welcome emails. Yep.
Willette, do you need a copy of those
No.
logos?
No, I actually have them, but I don't know where I got them from. So it must have been in the welcome email. And I was trying to tell someone else how to find them, and I was like, I don't even know where I got these from. So that's why I asked.
Yes, that I will have Jeremy or Anne make a note that we will see if we can get them in here. I don't know if we can, but I do know they go out on his initial email. So we will make a note of that though too, because it'd be nice to have them in one place. So
Okay, thank you.
perfect. Yes. Any other questions about the navigation bar over here?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. We are going to move on to transactions because again, this is the biggest piece to it. And so I'm going to click on transactions. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on my transactions. And I'm going to start off just by showing you guys, you know, a new transaction. And so over here on the screen, basically what you're going to do when you come in here and you need to create a new transaction, you're going to click create transaction. And it's going to prompt you with all of these buttons, which is really easy once you just kind of get through it. So you basically either say buyer, seller, or it's a lease. So we're just going to say, actually, because I'm going to be doing a file here, I'm going to say seller. And then I'm going to pick the state that it belongs to. So I'm going to call it a Minnesota residential listing. You know, there's a land one here. This commission plan, we don't have anything in there. So you can just leave it as a lead plan, no in there. I'm just going to throw in, you know, my address and kind of just make this as if it was my own. What happens here is you have to put a client in. So you either have to have your client in here already, or you have to create a new one. So if you need to create a new one, you just basically go to, oh, come on, box, create new. I'm going to throw in just Randy here. And then what it's going to do is it's going to have you create that contact. Then we're going to do create transaction. Up here, it's going to tell you the transaction was created successful. We hit OK. It's thinking a little bit. And then this brings you into a dashboard. And this is just basically your dashboard for this property. And I'm not telling you you have to fill all of this in, but I would just fill it into as much details as you possibly can. So what transaction phase is this in? I'm just going to mark it as pending. Is it a cash deal? Yes or no? It's going to have the property address here, but then we also want to go off of what's the sale price. So let's just put in 568. Earnest money, how is the earnest money held? You can say, you know, trust funds. Where is it held? Earnest money due date, if you have that, the date listed, you could put in there, expiration date, the acceptance date. You don't have to, again, like this home inspection stuff, the appraisal stuff, you don't have to fill this all in. Closing date is pretty important. And then basically you can put in there the buyer's agent name if you want, the MLS number. Again, this is kind of up to you with as how much details that you want to put in there. Because Anne is basically looking at this, and then she's also looking at the transaction documents in here. So, you know, commissions are pretty important, the listing price, all of that stuff, but just fill it in as much as you would like. And then what I'm going to have you do is we're going to come over here and we're going to go to the document section. So over here in the document section, it's going to basically start off with, these are the documents that are required in a listing transaction. So we always have to have the agency representation, the listing contract, the purchase agreement, the wire fraud, the property disclosures, the Altar closing documents. And then the rest of these are just going to be, you know, anything that you want to put in here extra. But to upload the documents, what you want to do is you want to come over here to upload bulk file. You click on that, and then you've got this green box here. If you click on it, it's going to go into like your downloads. So we're just going to use this as an example. I can put multiple documents in here. So by clicking on one and hitting the control button, I can put both of them, and let's just put them in here. And this can sometimes take a little while. It takes a minute just depending on the file and how big it is, but just be patient with it. So like this one, what I can do is I can come over here and hit assign pages. And Anne, just know this is going to be a test because you're going to get a copy of this and it's going to be like, what?
Yes,
So-
I did actually.
Yeah. This is just our letterhead. So I'm going to basically just say like, yep, this is our agency. So if I come over here and I highlight the document that it's going to be, and then I click on it over here. So I'll do that again where it has the green, then it's assigned to that agency document. Then I would go to the next one. I can even go back on this one. Let's upload it. Didn't upload both, but it might be because that purchase agreement might be too big right now. I can go back and I can upload that purchase agreement, and then I'm going to assign the pages in the purchase agreement to that. So I'll show you guys that in a second. The biggest thing that we don't want you guys to worry about, and you know, Sweet Assist is there for compliance, but if you ever have any questions or you're getting stuck, Anne is a really good resource. You know, she knows the system in and out, and she can help you with it and just make sure your file is compliant. So it's like, don't ever be scared just to reach out to Anne, and she will help you with anything with compliance.
Yep, just send me an email or give me a call. Just let me know if you have any problems logging in, or if you encounter any error message on Sweet Assist so that I can assist you.
And while we're kind of waiting for this to upload, what would you say is like the number one question you get from agents?
Actually, for those agents who are using Sweet Assist, what they usually is just, download the documents, and they would ask me to check if it has been completely downloaded or if I can see it on my end. Because they do know that I can access their transactions. So I just usually checked it and let them know if it's completed or if it's there or if there's anything missing. Or Like, for example, some of them would actually like what's happening right now. As you can see, it's not yet
Yeah.
on the screen, right? So some, yeah, some of them would actually um think that it's on the system already, or it's on Suite Assist, but actually it's not. Unless you can see it in here and it says as file is being decrypted, then you can go ahead and go to another page and just let it fully upload on Suite Assist. But if it's still in here on that screen saying that it is, that means that it's not on Suite Assist yet. So you need to make sure that that file would go on that, I'm sorry, on that screen as well. On the screen, it would say that you can assign the pages. That means that we have successfully uploaded the document.
I would say that that is probably one of the biggest things, like fumbling, because again, like this still isn't uploaded. But when we talk about like a purchase agreement, there's so many pages in a purchase agreement that it does it. I wish it wasn't this cumbersome, but we can't control, what Suite Assist is doing. But I would definitely say that's the biggest thing that is a pain at this point.
Yeah, it's good. Some of the agents would actually encounter that and would say, "Oh, I think it's much better if you upload them." So what they're gonna do is just send me a copy of the document. So, I compress the documents for them and then I just upload it because it's I'm not sure, it's not really working on their end. So
Yeah, and I would say I've had to do that with you in the past too, where I'm like, I can't get this to upload. Can you just
yes,
please put this in that
that's
transaction?
what they usually
Um,
do.
yeah, because it's just sitting here. So, um, what I'm gonna have you do, Anne, is because again, we're waiting on this and we're gonna keep moving forward. Will you do me a favor and go into this transaction and just approve this letterhead document that I just did so we can show them what it looks like after you've approved a document?
Okay, sure, no problem. Let me change the screen.
Come on. I think we're gonna go back and I'm just gonna kind of show you guys what that, yeah, because that might have been too big of a document to upload. Did it show up on your end? Anne, did you see that?
Nope.
Let's go back and see.
I can't see any assign. Let me go ahead and click on assign pages and assign this one. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and approve it. Okay.
All right, let's go back here and
Oh, okay. I'm wondering.
why is it not showing?
Um, I'm not
Normally.
sure what's happening, but it,
I know, like this is not normal.
yeah.
We're not doing a good job here.
Okay.
Let's do this one more
Why did
time.
it remove? I click on assign pages and I actually assigned that one to the agency as an example. I went back to documents and it's in there. Okay, 1 second. I click on
Undefined variable.
Okay,
I
there
might,
you go. Can you check and it should actually show as verified. That means that I was able to review the documents
okay, let's go
that
back here. Oh,
they
there it is.
assigned.
Perfect. Good. That
Okay.
just took a little while.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to show you guys basically when Anne gets a copy of your document, she automatically gets a copy of an email that basically sends her the document. She checks it for compliance. And the number one question that I get from agents is, how do I know that that form was compliant? If you look here, it says agency relationship and real estate. It says green and it says verified. That basically means that she is saying it's compliant. You are good to go. If it was not, it would show up in like a yellow. And that would basically mean that you're getting an email from Anne and she is telling you there's something wrong with this document. She needs it fixed. And then she would have you either upload it or send her a copy of it. But number one thing that's not going to happen, and a lot of agents don't understand it, is when we get your commission checks from the title companies, we come in here and we're basically looking to see if everything is compliant. If it's not compliant, we cannot pay you your commission check. So everything, it's the one thing that I tell agents to do like a week before closing, make sure that everything is compliant. If that means you have to send Anne an email because you forgot, send her the email and say like, is this compliant? Am I all good for closing? Because when closing happens and you get to that point, it's very hard for us to get signatures or get anything corrected after that because your client's moving on. So that's the number one thing that I would say, is just making sure that you're looking through here and that it says verified. Does anybody have any questions about the transaction process?
Nope, looks good to me.
Okay. Willette, have you gone through this process yet with a transaction?
I have not.
Okay. Grace, obviously you have seen this, I'm assuming, with a transaction, correct?
Yeah, yep, I did one transaction.
Okay. And you got the, that it was verified, that was pretty simple to pick up on?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Any like bad experiences that we can know about so we can help fix them?
Not that I know of. It was pretty intuitive.
Okay.
If something that was missing, then Francis would let me know.
Okay, good. What is your process for like when you get to a closing? Do you check on the file beforehand, or what does your process look like when you get to that closing time?
Always check my documents to see if everything's all updated before closing. Yeah. So
Okay.
I just automatically check because I want to make sure that everything is in place.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
thorough. I think the number one goal for all of us is to get our commission check, especially when it comes to energy. I know Francis is like, let's get it out there. Let's do what we can do. Nobody on the admin team likes to have to hold on to commission checks. So it's definitely something that we pride ourselves on, in getting that out there as fast as we can.
Right.
Yeah. I am not going to go into much more details about SweetAssist because we're really not using the rest of the SweetAssist for anything besides this transaction piece to it and that calendar piece, and then just basically the training and the office documents. So I just want to make sure, does anybody else have any other questions in reference to this system? Nothing there. Okay. It's pretty straightforward. Again, I would tell you, if you don't want to get into using the system, it's okay. Again, you can always just email your documents over to Anne. This is, we're trying to get as many people onto SweetAssist as we possibly can. But if it's something that you get really frustrated by it, it's just taking up too much of your time, you can always email them into Anne and she will go ahead and take care of that process for you. Anne, is there anything else you'd like to say in reference to the compliance side?
Nope, I think we're all good. Just I would like to emphasize that it is much better to upload or send over all your documents as soon as it gets signed so that I can review it as soon as possible, let you know if there's anything missing, or if we need to, missing signatures or missing documents, so that once we receive the check, we can process it and you can get paid as soon as possible.
Yes, okay, that's a really good system to get into. It's just getting it over. I kind of initiate it when I send stuff to the title company. I'm initiating my SweetAssist right along with it. It's just part of my checklist of what I do for getting everything in. If it's a listing, I'm getting it in there as soon as I get it signed and I'm on the MLS. If it's, a buyer on that side, it's, right when I'm sending it to title. I'm just it's part of the process of it. So yeah. Well, good. Well, you guys, time is valuable. This is what we needed to go over for Sweet Assist. This is not as cumbersome as, you know, we're gonna, in the next few weeks, we're gonna be building out that Lofty system. And so watch for those trainings. That one has so much more to dive into than our Sweet Assist, but we did need to address this with everybody so they understood our compliance side to it. So watch for those trainings. And then Tuesday's huddle, we have Stuart Title coming on there on Tuesday to talk about some lead generation tools that they can help you guys with. So on there, and then remember we have our February 10th get together. So make sure you're RSVPing for that either on the Facebook or there's a Jot form link that we did send out as well. So, well, perfect. All right, I'm going to let you guys go so we can all be productive. Reach out if there's any other questions. Jeremy, Ann, me, anybody can help you here. And we will go from there. But otherwise, have an amazing day and go out there and do something great.
Thanks, Jill.
Thanks, Jill.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Jill.